Hey y'all, this is AL Think Madame. I hope that y'all have been having a wonderful weekend. I know what I said, y'all. The most be going on. I'm so tired. Like I literally will be like, y'all, I'm about to have this coming out. And then stuff start happening. But I promise y'all, I'm gonna be getting up more of the family business recap reviews. Y'all need to get into it if you have not seen my recaps of it from the first season. They're up there. It came out almost 2 years ago. The show was everything then, and it's still good now. And I've only seen the first episode for the new season, but I am going to be catching up. I have all kinds of things that I have to do. I got another recap I got to put up for the Shy later on, either today or tomorrow, but we gonna see. We gonna see. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into this recap review. So it started out with where it left off last time, of course, and Tisha was trying to understand why is, this happening. I'm like, girl, why are we really trying to sit up here and play dumb? Like, we don't understand why we're being escorted out. Why? And Kimmi even was playing along like, why would she do that? Ma'am, ma'am, it is to the point where people who have never in life seen this show have been reporting on the things that have happened, even when it hasn't been airing, especially with the stuff with the mistress and all that. I'm just like, why are you trying to act like you don't know what's going on and why all of this is like out of control and why Melody would respond the way that she does? Girl, stop trying to play both sides of the fence. Like, I'm just trying to understand, why are we doing this? Why are we really trying to act like we don't know what's going on? Anyway, so Kimmi persuades her to roll up on Melody and, talk to her. Melody ain't trying to hear that. She was like, what we're not going to do is this. We're not going to do this. This is a private event. You weren't invited. I don't know why you're here. Tisha's like, I'm trying to be the bigger person and I'm trying to show support. I'm trying to, I understand I wasn't invited, but I'm trying to show support. I'm trying to celebrate you. I'm trying to celebrate your business. I'm just trying to make amends. And so Melody is like, I hear you, but I mean, there are things that have to be discussed beforehand. Like, you can't just be popping up. That ain't what we finna do. You weren't invited and I don't know why you're here. Y'all, I can't. So anyway, she ended up being escorted out, leaving and all this other stuff. And Kimmi is reassuring Tisha that she has done the right thing. Lord, this heifer, it's crazy. They kind of got into it. And so Melody is not trying to hear nothing she's talking about. She said, look, you have given me the gift of attitude. I'm giving you the gift of escortion. That is a term that she has created. They might actually create this and put this as a real word, because all she was trying to say is that she is having her escorted out of the building. I was like, not the gift of escortion, ma'am. Y'all, anyway, this heifer went to her car, got on the phone with Marsau. Of course, she in her feelings. He in the darkness driving somewhere. And so she was like, can you see me? And he was like, yeah, I can see you. She was like, well, I can't see you. I'm like, yeah, you can't see him because he was getting. I don't know, let me stop. But anyway, it was complete darkness. I'm like, man, she is out in the dark parking lot and we saw her, but we couldn't see him at all. I understand if you're driving or whatever, but a lot of those streets, the highways, you can see light from time to time or whatever. But I'm just saying, it is what it is. Y'all, anyway, he was quiet. And she was telling him everything that happened. And, he was just like, well, why are you so quiet? Y'all, let me stop doing it because I'm gonna keep on saying it. Anyway, he was just like, I don't understand why you're giving them all this energy, and you know what they're doing. They just want to make Tisha look stupid. I'm like, girl, every time your husband says something, girl, you just sit there like a dog at the beck and call of their master. Like, she literally does that, and I hate that. And I understand that a lot of us grew up in the times of, oh, you have to follow your husband is the head of the household. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but I feel like y'all already know this is 2020. why can't you actually have it where you got all these businesses? Y'all love talking about y'all have all these businesses, but it seems like y'all ain't got no control over nothing really. Like, I don't know. Anyway, we ain't even gonna get into that. So anyway, he was just like, did you get an invite? And I was just like, sir, you know good and well. And she was like, no. And he like is really looking like, why did you even go? Like, why? Why are you putting all this energy into them? I don't understand. Why are you putting all this energy into them? And she was just like, I'm trying to be the bigger person. He was like, why? Just be a normal person. You ain't gotta, I don't understand why you're trying to do all this to please them. And I'm just like, Lord, sir, please stop. Anyway, the next scene is Maurice and his wife Kimmi. They at the house. This is the next morning, I guess, I presume, or some random morning after this is all gone down. They are showing us their normal routine now, which is them waking up. And when school was actually in full effect, Monster, who of course is Maurice Jr., is at the house living with them full time now. Of course, you know, the mama ain't got no problem with that, because you gonna sit up there and pay for her and her husband, ex-boyfriend, or whatever he is to have a whole house. Why wouldn't they move and allow him to have, you know, full reign with the son now? I'm tired. And that child is literally Maurice, except some shades darker. So I'm like, I hope you didn't even try to petition the court for no paternity test, because that's yours. Unless you got a twin that we don't know about. That's your child. Use the pappy, as they like to say. So anyway, they talking, they getting up. He actually wakes his son up. He goes and do what he gonna do, because this literally is a school day, and they told him to go get ready, do what you do. And they are talking, and Kimmi, y'all already know, she actually is a nurse, and she has been trying to, you know, do real estate and all this other stuff. So apparently on her breaks, from her being a nurse, she tries to go and sell homes, so she don't even be having her lunch break. He looking at her like, I kind of want you to quit. And, you know, he is all about entrepreneurship, which is amazing, but she's looking at him like, I am very used to knowing that I have a check coming in once every 2 weeks. It scares me knowing that anything could happen if I'm just out here being an entrepreneur. The not knowing is the problem. And I understand that. That is why I have been so hesitant when it comes to a lot of things. So I 100% understand that. So yeah, y'all. They start talking about what happened at the event. He is laughing hysterically. I ain't never even heard him laugh like that. He was dying. I was like, dang, wasn't that funny, sir? But anyway, they went on to do what they was doing. He got ready. He was going to go take his son to school. Y'all, Tisha is... y'all already know she got her license and all this other stuff. So now she's actually trying to just work for herself. She is having her own real estate office being built. Her and her husband own this area that is a plaza or whatever. They own this whole plaza. So they have been renovating buildings that are over there, doing what they're doing. They actually have some restaurant that they are renovating. It is older, so it's taking a lot more time. And so since it's their property, they can take they can take as much, I don't know why I'm getting tongue-tied. They are taking as much time as they need to in order to renovate it and get it right the first time. So they are actually showing a moment where he is in the area where the actual business is for the restaurant. He has a contractor, he's talking to him. So then they end up showing her and him together, I think, in the building that is actually going to be where she sets up shop for her business. Y'all, they get to talking. She's actually going to be doing a women's empowerment event. And of course, it is surrounding speaking and all this other stuff, because y'all already know last season, she wanted to get into speech courses, some kind of speech therapy and all this other stuff, because she feels as though she does not speak that great, that well, all that other good stuff. I think she said that she had a speech impediment and all this other stuff, but a lot of people would not be able to tell. To me, she just sounds like she's from the South, like the rest of us. So I was like, okay. But yeah, so I was like, well, I was used to the accent and just the way she speaks, because a lot of us speak slower. Either we speak slower or we speak super fast and can't nobody understand it. It is what it is. I just thought she just sounded like she's from the South like the rest of us. So anyway, of course, Marsau was like, oh, so you having an event. What time this event gonna be at? As soon as he asked, I already knew why he was asking. He was basically asking because he wanted to know what was gonna be up with the children, who was gonna take care of the children. What about the children? Because you already know he ain't doing nothing. If it ain't got nothing to do with him or working, he ain't finna be there with the children. And so she was like, yeah. He was like, is it gonna be like after 5 or after 6? She was like, yeah, it's gonna be like around 6. And I was like, Lord, here we go. So anyway, they were talking a little bit about what happened at the event, and asked about if she actually had an invite. They got into like somewhat of a disagreement about the fact that she didn't have an invite and why is she doing all of this. He straight up told her, I'm gonna need for you to have all of this same energy when it comes to our marriage. And like she was about to like tune out when he said all of that. He already had tuned out because he was just like, I don't understand. I don't agree with you wanting to sit up there and set it off for them and you ain't doing the same in our marriage. And they ended up doing the most to the point of where she just walked out. And I was just like, oh my gosh, y'all just need to stop. I don't understand. So anyway, Melody is having this postpartum visit with her doctor. She wants to know if she's closing up shop or, what is she going to do? Because she need to do something, because if she having more kids, she need to go ahead and do that. And then, bust it wide open, tell them bring it back so they can go ahead and sew it up and close it down. So, of course, Martell is still on that I want to have 5 kids situation thing, whatever he want to do. And I'm just like, 4 ain't enough, sir. 4 ain't enough. Oh, okay. And, apparently they really, really love this doctor to the point where they talk about everything with her. And they were asking like, oh, well, do you date men who whatever? And she was just like, I only date men who have vasectomies. Like she said it off rip. I was like, ma'am, this is what we discussing. And so like she, kind of threw a little shot out there at him and was like, I'll be seeing you soon, Martell. All right then. So anyway, she went to go check on some stuff. They started talking about the situation with Latisha and them and why she popped up, why she felt like she should be able to just pop up. Brought up the rumors about Kimmi because she was just like, I don't understand. Like, is she playing sides? Like, what is going on? Brought up about the rumor about how her and Maurice were dating before he'd actually been divorced, when we've been told over and over again by them that they were introduced while he was still married, but he had actually gone through the divorce process before they'd actually started dating. So I'm like, I honestly just don't even care, whatever. Y'all, Latisha ended up going and doing her podcast. Y'all know she got some kind of mommy podcast that she do. Y'all, her mama came in looking like, boom, guess who stepped in the room? I was like, you better do that. You better do, I'm here for it. I don't care nobody say it. I like her mama. Her mama be doing it, but her mama be saying, her mama is extra. I ain't gonna lie, her mama's extra. Her mama's a lot. But I like her energy. She everything. I'm here for it. So, of course, they were talking. I'm going to need for y'all to let me know if y'all caught what I caught. Did y'all catch it when her mama came in and was like, how Marsau doing? The silence. I was like, what's going on? The silence. And then she kept on going. And I'm like, okay, did this actually happen or was this production trying it? They will do something for a storyline. I don't know. But anyway, y'all, she ended up getting on the air. Lord, she be airing out her business. I'm like, girl, Lord. And I mean, I'm glad, y'all. Her mama would not stay up off of Marsau's neck for nothing. She already was like, look, what I'm not trying to do is have you end up like me, which is out here by yourself raising kids. You thought you had something when you ain't have nothing. But you out here looking like a fool. She ultimately is raising the kids by herself as it is. The only thing that he's actually doing is providing money. She's providing money too, but she's the main one. Her and her mom are the main ones taking care of the kids. He don't spend time with the kids. Y'all, I'm just like, girl, what you see? Y'all, she is so... I'm like, girl, for you to make it seem like you ain't in your feelings, you seem like you're very much so in your feelings, because she even brought up the situation with Melody again, brought up what happened at the event, and then she's gonna try to say, I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm like, girl, how are you over it? But every time I look up, you bringing it up. Her mama even said, well, she was like, well, did you slap her? And she was like, Mom. She was like, if I had been there, I would have slapped her. Like, Lord. When she found out about her getting escorted out, oh, she was done. I was like, ma'am, what we not finna do is this. She said that she feels like Kimmi is shady. I mean, she is. I've already told y'all before, she does have her moments. But I get it. It's like I'm usually 50-50 on it. Sometimes it's not needed, but it is hilarious. Oh my gosh. And it's just to the point where like she was going off, and in her little confessional, Tisha was like, my mama and Kimmi are two grown women and I'm not gonna get in the middle of their business. They can sort that out. I'm like, girl, we already know you ain't gonna get in the middle of nothing. You whatever, girl. Do what you do. So anyway, Melody is at the house taking care of the baby, and she's on the phone. She's working from home. She's doing the most. Destiny came over. She's still very much so pregnant. We actually find out in this episode that she and LeBaric have had 6 miscarriages. 6 miscarriages. I would be so done and broken emotionally and mentally. Like, I'll be so drained. I understand, in a sense, how she feels about this pregnancy and the hopefulness that she should, more than likely have. Because hopefully everything will pan out this time. In the confessional, we see that she's still very much so pregnant. So hopefully it will pan out this time if it's meant to be and all that. I'm not trying to wish anything on anybody. It's just a lot. She is in her feelings because they are married, and instead of them getting their own home that neither one of them have lived in or just building something from scratch, she moved into his bachelor pad. She has nothing there that's hers outside of her clothes. Her dishes are in storage. All of her stuff is in storage. She does not feel her energy in the house. It's a lot. So she's asking Melody how did everything go when she and Martell first moved in together. She was like, oh, it was great. I was like, oh, Lord, you doing it wrong. But anyway, I'm glad that Melody did at least tell her that marriage is hard work and you have to work at it, and there are gonna be some ups and downs. And she did mention that they go to therapy like once a week or whatever. So that's amazing. That's great. That's great because there's a whole lot of divorcing going on around here. Ain't nobody got time. Y'all, anyway, Tisha and Marsau. Tisha is at the house kind of rehearsing her speech, because I think next time she's going to actually do the speech at the women's empowerment event that she has been asked to speak at. And so she's going over her speech with him. And I'm like, girl, why are you reading this of all things to him? Lord. So he and his feelings about the speech, and he's just like, I don't want you to say these things in this speech. I don't want you to say this. I don't want you to say that, because it's making it seem like I don't do nothing, and that you struggled and it was woe is me. You was out here by yourself, and now you are finding yourself because you lost yourself because you was with me and all this other stuff. I was like, oh Lord. He really out here trying to run her speech. And I'm like, I mean, it really is true though. So I don't understand why you're so mad. He decided that she would be a stay-at-home mama. I just hate when she keeps saying that we. Girl, correct yourself and say, he decided that you was going to be a stay-at-home mama. Because how you going to tell us that we decided that you were going to be a stay-at-home mom when you told us in the first season that y'all decided that you were going to have the kids, and when they get up to a certain age, you would go back out into the workforce? How? Because my friend who is a stay-at-home mom, her and her husband actually did discuss that. I've already told y'all before, my mother and my father for real discussed that. Their discussion was, hey, I'm going to go out here and make the money. I'm going to bring the check home to you. You going to delegate how the bill's going to be paid. You going to take care of the kids. I'm going to be at the house with them when I'm off work and spend time with them, because they're going to know who I am too, because I'm the pappy. I's that baby's pappy. All of that. And I'm just like, that's exactly what one of my friends is doing as well. Like, she may never work again. Her husband works 80 hours a week at the job that he works at, and he works somewhere else. He recently just got hurt really, really bad, but I'm pretty sure they're going to compensate him because it was their fault. but he had another hustle on top of that just to make sure that he was good, especially during this pandemic. So she literally does not have to work unless she wants to. There's enough to take care of their kids and her and him and all of that. So I'm just saying, like, if y'all really decided together that that was going to be the case, I don't feel like you would have been saying all first season, I want to hurry up and get out there. I want to hurry up and get out there. I want to go work again. I want to go work again. And it's like you were begging for his permission to do so. And then kind of realizing that he ain't here for it. And then you was like, well, dang, I just got to go on out here and get this license and just prove to him that I deserve to be out there at work. Let me go and do this so I can prove to my father that I can go out here and do this. It's like, I don't like, and I'm really not trying to read her, I just don't like the relationship that they have. It really comes off like he is her daddy. He comes off like he is her overbearing daddy, and what he says goes. And I'm like, it's supposed to be a partnership. It is supposed to be a partnership. And even if you do believe in what the Bible says as far as the man being the head of the household, I need for anybody who lives and dies and breathes and eats and sleeps to that, I need for y'all to understand none of that is relevant. As I have said my entire life, none of that is relevant unless that said man, that same man that you're referring to when you want to preach that, unless he is actually doing what he's supposed to do. If he out here in the streets doing what he want to do, if he treating you like trash, he ain't doing nothing he's supposed to do for the kids, that don't apply. I'm not finna follow you. You're not finna be considered the head of the household if you being trash towards me. No, that's not how this works. I'm sorry, it's just not. And I just hate I just hate that there are people out there who are just like, they just seem like they're just so happy to have a man to the point of where the guy is complete and utter trash. And no matter how the kids are being treated, no matter how she is being treated, they just like, well, the Bible says that the man is the head of the household, so I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And now keep in mind, not all these people are even married. A lot of these people are in situationships, and they ain't even married. They ain't got a ring, ain't no engagement ring, ain't no promise ring, ain't no nothing. And I'm just like, stop. There's nothing wrong with applying the man being the head of the household and all the other stuff, as long as that man is actually doing what he is supposed to be doing. And that means he has God at the head of his life, and he's doing what he's supposed to do as far as following him, putting him before everything, making sure his family is provided for. Yes, Marsau does the financial part of that, but he is not there. Like, I am shocked that the kids even recognize him. But that's why when we saw first season, when he sat up there and didn't know, like, one of the kids was like allergic to peanut butter or something or whatever it was, I was like, bruh, I cannot. My daddy worked a whole lot. And like where we lived in the country, it would take until like after 5 for my daddy to get home, or around 5 p.m. So Monday through Friday, my daddy was at work, and we would get home from school. And even if it was summertime, we didn't see him all day until around 5 something. We would eat dinner together. We would watch TV shows together. We would watch the news together on the weekends. We would walk around the premises together, and we would just do things together, have little conversations. My father was very present. He let us know that he was the authoritative figure, and my mother was the authoritative figure. Do what you're supposed to do. I already knew that what he expected. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like with him, with Marsau, oh no. I would look at him like, and who are you? I'm just saying, like, the kids are older now. And we're going to see what them kids say, because we already see that Melody's kids been saying things. So we're going to see. Anyway, y'all, I have rambled on enough. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this recap review. Yeah, that was it. Just making sure that was it. Yeah, that was it. So hopefully y'all enjoyed this recap review. I will be back next with the recap review for The Chi. So y'all have a good one. Until next time. Bye.